You know, sometimes I see movies so late that I don't even do reviews, but sometimes movies inspire you so much, you just have to do a review. And once again, Pixar has created an imaginative, amazing world hidden within our own. What I love about Pixar, especially in this movie, is they take everyday things in your life and turn them into magic. Inside Out does just that. What if your emotions were little characters inside your head? What if dreams were created in a tiny little movie studio? And what if your train of thought was an actual train? Riley, the little girl in this movie, well, her train of thought was so straightforward. I was actually surprised by that. If Pixar did my train of thought, it would be like a roller coaster inside a Salvador Dali painting. Which is why I like crystalline werewolf pirates with ostrich feather motorcycles. What just happened? So I know that recently I haven't been impressed with summer blockbusters. Tomorrowland, Jurassic World, they just didn't get much of a response out of me. What's the cure for disgust and apathy? A Pixar film. Because while you can't say they have a formula, they definitely know how to instill a film with warmth and heart. That, and there was more emotion in the first 10 minutes of Up than there's ever been in a Kristen Stewart movie. What a coincidence, because Pete Docter, the man who directed Monsters, Inc. and Up, co-directs Inside Out, and once again brings us a beautiful film about human connection, family, and growing up. And with the film, he brings a few families along with him. Bringing in Amy Poehler and Rashida Jones as some of the voice talent, Disney brings in two of their tiny little sister companies in Pixar and ABC. What, they couldn't afford Chris Pratt anymore? There were also some amazing little surprises, as Muppets veterans Dave Goelz and Frank Oz make voice cameos. And of course, it wouldn't be a Pixar movie if John Ratzenberger didn't make his arbitrary appearance. Now, it's interesting that these founding members of the Muppets, Goelz and Oz, made an appearance because one of my favorite aspects of the film were the character designs of the emotions, and in fact, they reminded me of the Muppets. Which is no surprise, because we are talking about Pixar and they are like unparalleled levels of awesome. For most Pixar films, the humor and story are so captivating that you almost miss the production design, the sleek sci-fi of The Incredibles, or the lush, beautiful jungle and colors of Up. But it was the lighting, texture, and color of the emotions that really stood out in Inside Out. That's because production designer Ralph Eggleston spent like 5.5 years working on this movie. You mean if this guy hurried up, I could have seen the movie earlier? That really paid off, because for the first time I felt in a Pixar movie that every aspect of the design was just as amazing as the epic story. From the imaginative Freudian world inside Riley's brain to the smallest bubbly little texture of the character of Joy. But while the character was the smallest in stature, and arguably the smallest in screen time, anger, voiced by exasperated, infuriated, vexated Lewis Black, definitely made the biggest impact. Finally, you're talking about him. What took so long, Eggleston? Black has already done a lot of voice work, but he needs to do more because his impeccable delivery and his gravelly voice are just perfect for over-the-top animated characters. And in typical Pixar fashion, there are some great tongue-in-cheek, double entendre, humorous moments, and Lewis and Anger get most of them. I cannot think of a single person that I would rather have voicing the emotion of anger. Lewis Black and Anger are Inside Outs for the win. Actually, Gilbert Gottfried could have pulled it off. What did you just say? Sadly, and I do mean sadly, not all the characters are as infectious as Amy Poehler's joy, or as fun and cute as Bill Hader's fear, or Lewis Black's anger. Did you just say Black's anger? Because I don't think we should be talking about this. The Office's Phyllis Smith voices the character of Sadness, who's arguably the antagonist of the film. She really makes everything go in the wrong direction. And for me, the character became very annoying. Sadness for me was like a child. She was selfish. She didn't learn her lesson. She kept repeating the same bad behavior by touching a happy memory and transforming it into a sad one. And in the process, hurting those around her. At one point, I wanted to scream out at the movie screen, telling her to stop. And then all the kids in the theater start crying and in come the cops. And then I realized I was duped. The brilliant writers in Pixar had me exactly where they wanted me the entire time. Wait, someone taught us a lesson? Wait, but we're the teacher. God, I don't know who I am anymore. There was a catch, and it was such a beautiful moral, made even more beautiful in the fact that I went through the emotional journey. I did what we all do. I yelled at sadness, tell it to get out of here, it's useless, I hate it. And then you realize you need sadness. It's okay to tolerate it. It's okay to make it a part of yourself and embrace it because you become a much more complete human being. What's up? Who the heck are you? I was expecting, like, surprise to tell us what it was actually like to go through an emotional journey for once. No, all those guys are gone. I'm Libido. How you doing? Dude, this is a children's film. This is, in fact, a movie for the entire family, and while it may not be the funniest film that Pixar has put out, the heart and imagination is unparalleled, and I'm not just talking about within the Pixar canon. It is one of the most heartfelt films I have ever seen. Definitely one of the best films this summer, and definitely an earn it. Poll question, what is your favorite Pixar film? As always, leave your answers in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe to Real School, follow me on Twitter, and of course, if you get anything out of Real School, you can always give a little back. Just click the link, and you can become a Real School patron. But until next time, school's out.